Hey there, Kaleidoscope Clan. How's everyone doing? It's Maddie Post-Ma'at, and it's the full moon, Pisces full moon, today, September 18th, and I was just inspired to come on to talk a little bit about the concept of ISOLOPHY. ISOLOPHY, right? ISOLOPHY. So the love of being alone, like isolated, right? The love of being alone. I myself, I'm a Virgo. So it's like our personality to recharge, get a lot from being alone. I myself didn't even know that I enjoyed being alone until I was forced to be alone. But it was a godsend because it made me grow in the ways that I needed to in order to be completely comfortable in my skin. You know, it's like until you can sit with yourself and not yearn for other people, then it's like you're not really at peace, right? Because then it's like that's what pushes codependency, that's what pushes insecurity, lack of confidence. But once you're secure all by yourself, you're not looking around needing other people's energy. That's kind of like where life begins, right? At least that's how it's felt for me. So I mean, it's been a major breakthrough transformation for me. It wasn't until my ex stole my children and I was alone, and my family acted an ass, I had to get away from them too, that I really realized how I had been cheated of time alone, because I am the oldest of five, and so I was kind of, my nervous system was set to always have movement around me, and I felt like I needed other people. You know, I enjoy taking care of people too. I mean, you know, it's just I enjoy nurturing. So yeah, I had gotten a codependency growing up, and so yeah, it's funny because now it's like, when I deal with other people, it's like in my mind, I'm thinking, do I want to give up being alone? Do I want to share my space with other people? You know, of course, I do still like the idea of being with people. And you know, when people are of like minds and can match my energy. And that's the thing. Matching my energy, that's the thing. Because usually when I'm with other people, my energy is higher. And so being around people drain me. Because, yeah, it's like their energy's lower. And it's like, you know, when people are unhappy, they like company like that. So they want you to also have low energy. But if you come in like, hi, how are you guys? Like, people don't like that. But that's how I am. So, yeah. And being alone is something, it gives you space to really feel where you are. But it also, so yeah, by being alone, it's like you set your vibe, right? You sit you stew in your own energy, and so then you can become more sensitive to how you feel when other people come into your space. And that's the thing, is I had never really sat by myself, so I didn't understand how much of other people's energies I was always absorbing, and how heavy people's energies are for me. So, yes, if I'm 53, and I never sought to have quiet, alone time when I was a young adult at all. I always wanted to be active. I mean, before I had children. Once you have children, then it's like you enjoy quiet time. But yeah, but even still, even when I did have children and then I had quiet time, I didn't dive deep into that quiet time. Okay? It's like you have to get to know yourself on the deepest level possible. You have to get to love yourself on the deepest level possible. You know? And that will transform your reality. It changes the perspective where you really fall back into yourself and look at the rest of the world and kind of move from that place at all times. This is the way that I keep my energy regulated, the way that I need to be able to assert myself when I choose to, you know? I preserve my energy. And I'm very thankful that I was able to learn it, because, you know, it's like we come into this world alone, we leave alone. So like to be afraid to be alone is kind of not mature. You know, you have to get over that. It's part of growing up. Another white moth. It just came and flew above me. It's on the tree right there. So yes, if you are younger, even for men too, I encourage everyone to spend time alone. And, you know, they tell people to meditate, but if you just spend time alone in quiet, that is meditation. Right? When people meditate, they're basically breathing, visualizing, like you're focusing in a certain way. But you can also not focus and just be in the moment. That's a meditation. At all times in your life, if you can recognize the now moment that you're in and not be focused on the past or the future, that's a very powerful thing to do. Because it's like in the now moment is where the magic happens. So you have to be aware. So that's all I wanted to talk about. That's all I wanted to share, is that ISOLOPHY, the love of being alone, is something that people should consider more of, you know? Being alone, being in silence. That is where God shows up. And in fact, that's a good intro to one of my poems, Finding God's Space. For those of you who don't know, I am a published author. I have my brand new book entitled To Be a Butterfly, The Caterpillar Has to Die. Yes. And that is one of the poems that I have in that book. So apropos. That is exactly what Finding God's Space is about. It's about finding quiet space. And within that space is where you find God. So be sure to pick up a copy today. Yes. 30 passionate, poignant poems. And that's a nice little alliteration there. Yes. Passionate, poignant poems of today. The subtitle is Poetic Expressions of Transformation from the Cocoon. And the Cocoon is my time in ISOLOPHY. It wasn't always ISOLOPHY though. It was a dark night of soul is what it was. And now it's turned into ISOLOPHY. Now that I'm a butterfly, it's ISOLOPHY. Yes. Might have to write a poem about that. Put that in my next volume. So yes, be sure to pick up a copy in the description below. It's on Kindle. It's a digital book, and I think I'll be creating some paperbacks and hardbacks also. But right now it's digital, and I would say that it is sure to be very thought-provoking, and some of it is triggering for sure. Someone told me that they felt very seen because of the things I was saying. It's like they also felt the same thing. And I consider myself to be, very intelligent, very intuitive, very wise. And so it would benefit you to pick up my book. Yes. There are 30 poems, so 144 pages. That's a lot. It should take you more than, a day. Depending. Because if you read one poem, you could do one poem a day. So it'll give you a whole month of, I didn't think about that. A month worth of poems. And then you can write what it brought up for you. Yeah, I might have to put that in the next book. I might have to put some paper, some blank paper for people to write what it brings up for them in my next volume. But yes, so finding God's space, ISOLOPHY. It's very important, especially at this time. I don't know about you guys, but I'm guessing that everyone probably feels how weird it is right now. I mean, it makes sense because Pisces, well, that's the moon though, but Pisces is very in between worlds. It's not formed, it's where you disintegrate. It's where the caterpillar dies. That's what Pisces is. It's where the caterpillar dies. And then the butterfly is Aries. So, yeah, that's it. Get the book. And until next time, continue to embody the sacred transformation. This is Mariposa Ma'at. Peace. Finding God's space. Introducing my first published book. To be a butterfly, the caterpillar has to die. Poetic expressions of transformation from the cocoon. Yes, after 5 long years of cocooning in the Mayan jungle, I finally emerged and earned my wings. And just like the title says, this dark night of the soul wasn't always pretty. Within the 144 pages of this epic work, you will find 30 passionate poems that are sure to be thought-provoking, stimulating, and even triggering at times. Welcome to my world. Buy your copy now on Kindle.